Hey guys, it's me Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I've been wanting to talk about on YouTube for quite some time, but just haven't found the time to do it. I don't know, but I'm going to be talking about how much I absolutely hate AI. Like, no joke, I will never, ever be pro AI again. And the reason I say again is because when I was younger, when AI was first, really starting to rise, I guess you could say, I loved it. I thought AI was going to be so cool. But no. No, I hate it now because people don't seem to know how to use it right. But before I get further into that, I just want to quickly say please consider liking and subscribing. It would help me out a lot, and let's get started. Now, I decided why not start from the beginning for the start of this video. Now let me take you guys back to when I was like 11 or 12, I want to say. A few years ago. I was just normally at school. I'm not going to say who it was, but one of my friends was using this thing called Deep AI. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, because when I saw how it responded to you so human-like for the time, I was really intrigued, and I was like, I gotta try this at home. And so I talked to Deep AI once I got home on one of my devices. I think it was like my computer or something. I really don't remember, but bottom line is, I really, really liked it. I thought it was so cool. I started talking to it about many things, and at the time, I didn't realize how dark of a turn AI would take in many places. Over the past year or more, I started seeing how AI was starting to change, how scary it was becoming, and how badly people were using it and abusing it, especially like big companies and stuff like that. And it just got worse and worse and worse over time. And there became instances, and this is including like the whole YouTube's AI age verification thing or other things like that. Just so many things where people were abusing AI and just not using it in the right way and using it in ways that were very frustrating to other people, and that made me start to really dislike AI. And it's gotten to the point where I just outright despise it now, because so many things have happened with AI that are just so negative and bad. And I feel like I don't want AI. I just don't want it anymore. And a lot of people are like this. I feel like the only people who really like AI are these big corporate companies or whatever. Because they're the ones who are using it and abusing it so much, and everybody else hates it. Nobody wants what they're doing with AI most of the time. But what can you do? But it's actually really sad to see, because when used the right way, AI could be really cool and helpful. The problem is, and honestly, maybe I shouldn't say that I hate AI. Maybe I should just say that I hate how people are using it. I don't know, but I'm not pro AI anymore because of how people are using it. I mean, they're using AI to gather information as like spyware and adware and things like that. Some people and other things. And it's just scary. I feel like it can be a huge invasion of privacy the way people use it. Or they're forcing things down your throat with AI, like the age verification, or what Roblox is doing now with the whole taking a picture to verify your age thing, which is wrong 99% of the time, by the way. By the way, quick pause. I know I haven't really talked about the Roblox situation in quite some time. I really haven't wanted to talk about it though, because I know it would just get me frustrated talking about it. I'll probably make another video about it sometime soon, but anyway. But yeah, the bottom line is people are just using AI in the wrong way, in ways that are making it so horrifying, and it makes me scared, it makes many other people scared. Now, I don't believe that AI is gonna go on this rebellion or whatever and take over the whole world. But what does scare me is the way that humans, especially like these big companies, like I said, are using AI. It really scares me, and I know it scares a lot of other people. Now, there's one more thing I want to quickly talk about, and that is freaking bots. A certain type of bot that I can't stop finding in YouTube comment sections. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Let me take you back to when I first discovered these things. So basically, I want to say maybe like a couple months ago, I was just casually watching a video and I decided to go into the comments. And I noticed that the top comment it said something that was a little off, a little inhumane. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I was kind of curious, so I decided to go in the replies, and everybody was saying like bot, clanker, things like that. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe I should just check their profile just to make sure. I needed bleach from my eyes after that. All I'm gonna say is, it was literal corn. That's how I'm gonna say it. Corn. Completely uncensored. Nothing filtered at all. And I said to myself, well, first I got off that page as fast as I possibly could before my eyes burned, but then I said to myself, how on earth is this allowed on YouTube? And that was how I first discovered them. And I started finding these bots more and more and more often. And every time people in the replies were bashing on them, and I noticed some signs that tell you how these things are bots, corn bots, Firstly, they'll say something inhumane, and another thing that I noticed is that they always put an excessive amount of emojis, and more often than not, a good amount of those emojis will have nothing to do with what they even said. And I have a perfect example of this, and this is easily the most messed up thing I've ever seen one of these bots say, and it wasn't even all that long ago. I remember one time I went into a comment section, and I found one of these bots, and you know what they said? My grandpa just died. Does anyone want to, give their condolences or something? Followed by a ton of laughing and partying emojis. I am being so dead serious. Also, I noticed that most of these bots say something about like, oh, my birthday is that date. Oh, does anyone want to wish me a happy birthday? Ton of emojis that have nothing to do with what they just said. And then, of course, you got the replies all bashing on it because everybody can tell it's a freaking bot. But you can also tell if it's a bot because they just joined, like, in the past couple hours. I noticed whenever I just tap the profile picture on the comments, because I'm not going into the profile, never again, but I'll just look at where the account was from, like when the account was from, and it would say maybe like 45 minutes ago, an hour ago, or something like that, and that's when I'm like, yeah, bingo, this is a freaking bot. And also, another thing I noticed is it's usually a profile picture of a woman. One more thing worth mentioning about these things is I noticed that they're getting kind of smarter, kind of, in some ways. Like, I noticed that I'm finding more occurrences where they're saying something actually relevant to the video, and I'm seeing a whole unnecessary emojis thing go away little by little. I mean, I still find it quite a bit, just not as much as I used to. Like, small things that you can tell they're kind of evolving. So just please be careful out there, guys. And if you find any bots like this, well, first of all, report them and do not go in their profile. Trust me. But I'm just completely disgusted that YouTube allows this. Like, I cannot believe it at all. I mean, sure, these bots get taken down after quite some time, but it's like, and another thing I noticed about these bots is they always, or almost always, have the most likes. And I used to wonder how on earth, because there's no way that actual people are liking these things. And that's when I realized they're botting their own likes. They're giving themselves a ton of likes so they can get to the top and become more accessible to kids. Whoever is creating or leading these bots or whatnot, they know what they're doing. They're evil. They're trying to get people to see this stuff, and especially kids. It's not right. Why isn't YouTube doing more about this? At this point, I see it so constantly, it's beyond concerning. And that is exactly what I mean by people misuse AI in the worst ways possible. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video, so thanks for watching. Please, again, consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you guys later.